Hi, this is Brian Resnick's question and answer day. One of the questions that I repeatedly get, not only on my TV and radio show, but we get emails, of course, all the time into our office, is about investment strategy and, more importantly, when do you sell? I can tell you statistically, I've been managing money for about 28 years, and statistically, most investors, if they're working with a brokerage firm, do not have an investment strategy. Unfortunately, they don't realize that. If it's a do-it-yourself investor or they're handling their own money, most of those investors, I would say well in excess of 99%, also are kind of flying by the seat of their pants and don't have an investment strategy either. So the question I often get is, when do you sell? And my usual comment when I get when do you sell is, before you buy, you should already know what is going to determine a sell within your portfolio. Meaning, I had a call actually on Sunday's show about somebody who owned 20% of his portfolio in Biogen, which is a biotech, a very aggressive stock in the stock market. And basically, he said he owned 20% of the stock, and the stock's been doing very poorly as we've seen some of the momentum coming out of biotechs, and he didn't know what to do. And so again, I always go back to people, why'd you buy that stock in the first place? And most people really don't have a rhyme or reason why they bought the stock other than they heard about it. And so what happens is they end up in this lull of buying and holding because they don't know when to sell, because they really don't know why they bought that stock in the first place. My first point is this: never ever own more than 5% of any one individual stock. It's too risky. Number two, always have an investment strategy which includes risk management or when to sell that position. Most investors don't know what to buy, so they randomly buy assets that they don't really understand, which means they don't know when to sell. That's when the big risk comes in, and that's when you ride it to the bottom. At Resnick Wealth Management, not only do we use various moving averages, market timing indicators, momentum indicators, relative strength indicators, which help us dictate when we're going to sell an asset, but at the end of the day, we run a strict strategy which dictates what we buy. And before we actually buy that asset, we already know at our firm what we're going to sell and when we're going to sell it if the factors change to the sell side. Again, without a sell strategy, investors then become emotional and typically ride investments all the way to the bottom, often 30, 40, 50% losses before they sell, often at the bottom. So again, before you invest dime one, if you're a do-it-yourself investor or you're working with a brokerage house, you're managing your own money, you have to make sure you have an investment strategy, which includes when to sell. At Resnick Wealth Management, we're a money management firm, so we already have the investment strategy and the sell discipline. That's why our clients hire us each and every week. Have yourself a safe and profitable week.